They used to call me Crazy Joe. Well, now they can call me Batman.
Good morning. Welcome back to Crazy Joe's Concession Stand. This is my second attempt to do a review for the movie Y2K. I don't know what happened. I did a whole review, uploaded it, and found there was no audio. And the audio was missing from the original file, too. So I don't know what's going on here. The mic seems to be working. So hopefully you can hear me. That's all we can do. Hope. I went and saw the movie Y2K. If you've seen the trailers for this, it's being billed as a horror film. Personally, I would say it's more of a comedy. I really found it to be quite amusing. People do die in it. It's a horror comedy. It's described on Wikipedia as a disaster comedy horror film. It's directed by Kyle Mooney, his directorial debut. I'm not too familiar with Kyle Mooney. Apparently, he was on Saturday Night Live for several years. He also wrote the film Brigsby Bear, which I've heard of but never seen. I was kind of like looking at his credits, and he was the voice of Michelangelo in Batman versus the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is a pretty good direct-to-video animated film. I know my kids really like that one. I had a good time with it, too. So Y2K, this is a really silly movie, really dumb, really silly, but you know what? It knows that it's silly. It knows that it's dumb. And quite frankly, the film is leaning into that. It knows what it is, and it leans into it, and it ultimately works. This is a film about, to the younger audience, the younger generation who was not around in 1999 to 2000. There was a scare in 1999, the late 90s, leading up to the year 2000. There was a scare where computer programmers had only used 2 digits for the year, 93, 94, 95, 96, and it would roll over. Every year, the computer's date would roll over by 1 digit. Or 2 digits, as the case may be, because they only used they didn't think to put in the 4 digits. And there was a scare. Well, what's going to happen when 99 rolls into 01? Because it's not going to go from 1999 to 2001. It's going to go, since they only use 2 digits, from 99 to 01. And there was this fear that, what if all technology stops working? What if this breaks all the computers? What if airplanes fall out of the sky? What if just everything stops working? And nobody really knew what was going to happen. And it turned out to be nothing. It was a big nothing burger. Nothing happened. No big deal. But people didn't know that. People didn't know exactly what was going to happen, what wasn't going to happen. And this film takes place on New Year's Eve, 1999 into 2000. And it's an alternate universe of, well, what if the Y2K bug actually did happen? What if it really hit and caused some chaos? Which we now know didn't happen, but what if? That's what this film is. This film is a big what if. And in this film, when midnight strikes, an AI is created, this big, like, Borg-like AI that kind of decides it's going to wipe out humanity, and it starts building robots out of, like, common things around the house. I would say this movie is made up of robots and 90s nostalgia, and that's it. It's 90s nostalgia and robots, goofy robots, just padded together. And you know what? It works. I had a smile on my face from start to finish. This film stars, oh God, what's the kid's name? It stars Jaden Martell, who you may remember from the It movies. He starred in It Chapter 1 and It Chapter 2. It stars Julian Dennison from Deadpool 2, and it stars Rachel Zegler, who, is probably best known to most people from her role in West Side Story. I actually never saw West Side Story. I know her best from Shazam! Fury of the Gods, and I thought she was fantastic in it. And even though I didn't like the movie very much, I thought she was fantastic in Hunger Games, Songbirds and Snakes. So this is the 3rd film I've seen her in, and I got to tell you, she's really good, man. She's going to be a movie star, and she already is, I guess. But but she's really talented. So I'm really looking forward to her Snow White movie that's coming out on my birthday. But she's really good in this too. The whole cast is good. They know the kind of movie they're in. They know this is silly, that nobody takes it too seriously. And what you get is just basically this goofy romp of robots are invading. Kids are trying to survive the night. And that's the film. That's the film. If you go into it looking for serious horror, you're going to be disappointed. If you go into it just knowing that you're seeing something silly and looking to have a good time, I think you'll walk away having a good time. I think you'll smile. I think you'll laugh. I know I definitely did. I really, really had a good time with this. I'm going to watch it again when it comes out. I'd buy this. This is an A24 film. I have in the past been very critical of A24 films. A24 for a while there was putting out a whole lot of movies I did not like at all. Movies like The Witch, movies like Hereditary. Oh God, I hated Hereditary. I really felt like A24 was just bombing out left and right for a number of years there with some of their weird horror films. I would say over the last 2 years, A24 has kind of redeemed themselves with the Maxine trilogy and Talk to Me, and now this. A24 has been having a moment. They've been doing some good stuff, and this is one of them. So, congrats to A24. You finally stopped making weird, bizarre movies that I can't stand, and you're making things that appeal to me now, and I appreciate that. So, I'm looking forward to picking this one up on physical media, on maybe on digital. I don't know. I'm going to own it one way or the other. From what I understand, it did not open too big. Everyone's going to see Wicked a million times. Moana 2's burning up the box office. I think I read that this opened 8th, which is just entirely too low. A movie this fun shouldn't be that low. It'll definitely do well when it gets to streaming. It's going to find an audience eventually, but it's a shame that people aren't seeing this one. So I recommend it. Go check out Y2K if you can. I will say there is a bizarre plot turn in the last 20 minutes of the movie where I'm not going to tell you who, I don't want to ruin it, but a celebrity shows up as himself, and it gets a little weird. Like, where did this come from? This guy kind of came out of left field, but other than that weird celebrity cameo that kind of comes out of nowhere, which didn't really work for me, most of this movie does, and it's just a good time at the movies. This is a good time at the movies. Check it out. All right, it's playing now. Y2K. Check it out while you can. Everybody, keep wearing those pajamas.
Keep wearing those pajamas
with the plastic feet.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
Tell everyone you meet.
Keep wearing those pajamas
with the back door flap.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
Don't open it, it's a trap.
Oh no,
it's a trap. Some people call them PJs, some people call them jammies. They can come embroidered with big money and no whammies. They can have 100 tiny commander Adamas, but no matter how they look, just keep on wearing those pajamas.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
I know we're having fun.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
And now the song is done.